Fascism is the ideology of control, control of industry by government regulation and decree. We have seen the largest use of fascism since the 1930s in the world. Um, with the coronavirus. And it doesn't matter if the fascism is designed to fight a war or pretend to keep you safe or whatever. It's fascism. In the United States, we have, under the Emergency Powers Act, the president directing car companies to make ventilators and and ma- and just crazy places making masks. It's just insane. We've got um, we've got people being literally threatened at gunpoint by cops to stay in their homes. Businesses literally, stormed by police in order to keep them from opening up their doors and serving their customers. We've got insane, uh, unscientific mask orders throughout uh, the the country and throughout the world, really. And we've got no science behind it. We've got companies jumping on the bandwagon to try and normalize a company policy, and costing themselves customers because people don't want to put up with it if they don't have to, and nobody really wants to. We've got and the propaganda uh, being put out by the mainstream media, which is really a propaganda arm of the leftists, is just hounding the situation to the point where people, misestimate what percentage of people have actually got it, misestimate what percentage. I mean, and even have tested positive, not let alone really got it. Okay, the diagnostic criteria for coronavirus, uh, novel coronavirus 19, 2019, was ground glass inclusions in the lungs, um, coupled with difficulty breathing, difficulty oxygenating your blood. That's not the diagnostics criteria they're using to describe a case now. Now they're describing a case as anything that responds positively to this test, which is not specific, and to the antibody test. And the CDC on its own website says the antibody test picks up the common cold. So everybody with the common cold is being called a COVID case. Everybody with pneumonia is being called a COVID case. Doctors in, you know, throughout the world say, wait a second. Let's look at this. How many people have actually died of this disease only? And the number is vanishingly small outside of Wuhan. And that's what we would expect. The Chinese AIDS flu was designed um, to kill, by destroying the lungs and then getting into the immune system, destroying the ability of the body to fight them anything. That isn't a program for a disease which can continue. So that disease lost the immune system destruction very quickly. And that's what's going on around now. Just the lung damage, because the lung damage contributes to spreading the disease, right? As you cough up the phlegm with broken pieces of your lungs in it, that helps to spread the virus. And it aerosolizes in the nasal passages, in the throat, and you breathe it out. And nothing can stop an aerosoled virus except an electrostatic cleaner or a HEPA level filter with micron gaps. 3M does sell home versions of those filters. So does Honeywell. But you can't just get the first level HEPA filter, which will help you with your allergies, mold spores, pollen, things like that. No, it has to be down to the virus level filtering, and nobody gets them. They're 3 times as expensive as the simple HEPA filters, and especially no business gets them. Which means that every time a business had somebody with a virus like a flu, like the cold, in their business, it aerosolizes, gets into the air cleaner, gets into the air system, is blown all throughout the building, and then comes back, and the vulnerable get it into their sinuses, get it into their body, and it starts doing its thing. There's no stopping that, short of being in an NBC suit. So, what did the fascism accomplish? It blew away 30% of the world GDP activity for it in 1 quarter. But it's not a depression level of cause, because it wasn't caused organically by the market. It was caused disorganically by the governments. As soon as those businesses reopened, they reopened to their normal business, except the ones that went bankrupt. And the ones that get bankrupt did, the demand that they were serving is still going to be there, and it'll be a few more months before somebody new can start a business, a restaurant or whatever, to serve those customers, because those needs are still there. So we're not going to see. It is going to be the V-shaped recovery once they allow the businesses to come back, and we've seen that to some degree. U.S. 30% decline this quarter. Then they're going to be seeing probably a 10-15% increase, which isn't going to get back to where it was before, but it is going to be back. And because there's still a lot of restrictions on companies and on restaurants and on things like that, and people have been scared out of their wits. But the problem is not the virus, and the trivial, not even a major flu season. The excess deaths we saw are mostly excess deaths from depression-related things, suicides, drug problems, things like that. and alcohol. But when we allow government to do this, it is clear that government can cause amazing amounts of harm. We have to free the populace from government. We have to make a stand against government having the authority to do these sort of things. It is imperative that we break the back of the people who think they can do this. We need to have a Bastille moment, a moment where people say enough is enough. This is it. Try with voting. If you have the vote, try. Vote for freedom, like vote for Jonathan Shadke. Write that vote in and make your voice heard, because every time um, you do not vote for freedom, you vote for continuing this insanity. Please, peace and joy can happen if we can stop government. Asking government to stop government is not going to work. That's about all I have to say about the fascism of this year.